Hello and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Tovia. I'm going to show you guys how to make baked smothered turkey legs. You'll find all the ingredients you need in the description box as well as throughout the video. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and leave a comment. So I have 2 turkey legs and I'm just going to season them. There's not really any specific measurements for this part of the recipe. So I'm going to season both sides the same way. I'm going to season with kosher salt, onion powder, garlic powder. We're just season it literally just to taste. Coarsely ground black pepper. Now I'm going to use ground sage. You're going to use the sage very sparingly. The sage is very pungent. So I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit of sage on. And oregano, and I'm going to flip the turkey legs and just season it the same way. So this is going to go in my preheated 375 degree Fahrenheit oven. I'll let you know how long I bake these when we return. So I baked my turkey legs for an hour and 10 minutes, and the skin of them are nice and crisp. The juices from them run clear. So we're going to make the gravy. And I did bake this uncovered, so that's ideal. So I'm going to start my pan off on high heat, and I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm not going to add any other oil because we do have the fat here in the bottom of the pan from the turkey, so that fat from the turkey is enough to keep this from burning, keep the butter from burning. So I'm just going to begin on high heat, and as the butter melts, I'm going to adjust it to medium-high flame. So as the butter is melting, I'm going to use the butter to just deglaze the pan of those little brown bits on the bottom. And I have 1 stick of celery that I just chopped up. Sorry, Jolene Sugarbaker. So I'm going to cook the celery just for a couple of minutes. So the celery has cooked for a couple of minutes, and this part is optional. This is called sofrito. I made this, and a sofrito is just bell peppers, cilantro, garlic, and onion that's just chopped down in a blender. And this is really used in Puerto Rican cuisine. So if you don't want to use sofrito, by all means, just use the onion and the pepper diced. But I'm just going to add like 3 tablespoons of that sofrito. It's really going to get this great flavor. So I'm just going to saute that for about 30 seconds. So I'm going to turn the flame down to medium-low. And I'm going to just sprinkle in some flour. So I'm just 3 tablespoons of flour. We're using all-purpose flour. Now, if you don't have all-purpose flour, you can use self-rising flour for this. So I'm just going to cook this mixture with this flour. This is what we call a roux, and I'm just going to cook this for maybe about 8 minutes. So I'm just going to kind of spread that mixture out thin and just let it cook a bit, and I'm just going to stir it pretty often. We want the flour, we want everything to get dark brown. So I'm working on about medium-low flame, between medium-low to medium, and I'm just going to keep stirring until all this is really nice and dark brown. Just be patient with it. And it's ideal to do this in a really nice heavy bottom pan. So our roux is ready. It's nice and golden. So I'm going to break out my whisk, and I'm going to slowly add water. So I'm going to start off by adding like 2 cups of water. I'm just going to whisk this really quickly. And So I'm going to allow this to thicken a little bit, and then from that point, we'll add more water if need be. So I'm going to turn the flame back up to high. I'm just whisking really good. So I'm going to stop whisking. I'm just going to let this boil for a minute or two. So it's starting to thicken up, so this is the critical part. You need to taste the gravy. So I'm tasting it just for additional spices. So I'm going to shake in some salt. You do need to taste this because I'm not really giving the measurements for this stuff here. And I'm going to add a little bit more garlic powder. I'm going to whisk this again. So see, it's really getting nice and thick. So I'm going to add in like another cup of water. I'm going to allow this to return to a boil. I want to say, if you're new to my channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. That way you can be notified of my uploads. So my gravy's coming to a boil. Now I don't have it super thick. That's because we're going to let this cook down for a while. So I'm going to return the turkey legs to the pan. I'm just going to roll them around in that gravy. So I'm going to reduce the heat now to medium. Okay, and now we're going to cover, and I'm just going to let this go on medium-high heat for about 45 minutes. I will be stirring this. Okay, so I let my turkey legs cook in the gravy for a total of 35 minutes. I rotate the turkey constantly, and I kept basting the turkey down with the gravy. And if you feel that your water is beginning to dry out of the pot, just add like half a cup of water at a time back, and it will thicken back up. But just make sure you whisk everything after adding the water. So I'm gonna just let this sit for a few minutes before I serve this. Wow, don't that look good? Got the turkey with the gravy, homemade dressing, and green beans. Shout out to Vancasso. They sent me this beautiful plateware. This is from their Tovia series, and this is ceramic, and this is their stoneware. And I got this in cream. Isn't it beautiful? The edges are hand painted. And it comes with coffee mugs, dinner plates, salad plates, as well as a nice bowl. And I have that with my dressing in it, but it's just absolutely beautiful. But check the description box for more information about them. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a taste. Please hit the thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. Look at that, it's just so tender. And just have that with a little bit of that dressing on there, that gravy. Let's give it a taste. Wow. Man, it tastes like Thanksgiving. It's not even Thanksgiving yet. I gotta stop myself. The gravy is packed with flavor with that homemade sofrito that I made. Like I said, if you don't want to use homemade sofrito, you can buy store purchase, or you don't have to use that. You can just use the onions and peppers. The gravy is nice and thick, full of flavor. The turkey really absorbed all that flavor from the gravy, and it's just nice and tender. So there you have it, how to make delicious smothered turkey legs. You can use this for turkey wings. If you don't want to use turkey, you can even use this for your pork chops. You can use this for your pork chops, your chicken, whatever kind of meat you want to smother. It works perfect for it. Alright, everyone, thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Please remember to live and be well, and let's come together and love each other.